Hello there. How are you? This is Grand Madam back again, still dealing with a little problem, but it's much better this time, and I'm not letting everybody in my house. Oh boy, I am trying to set up here so I can see you better, you can see me better. What else is going on out there? Now, you don't need to see the cat spray. Everything else, I don't care. I don't care anything about. Um, I do want access to more cards if I need to get them. Okay. So, how have you been? How was your weekend? Mine was interesting and very, very restful and peaceful. Well, today's topic, Kristie, really? Really, Kristie? Do you know what you're doing? Do you know where you are? We'll find that out too. In the meantime, let's get ready for our breathing. Of all the times to ground, we're going to have to really ground on this time. What is this orange thing? My flowers? Oh, okay. Um, let's just start breathing. Count of hello, 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 Camillo. I can't see who. I've got my other glasses on. Hello, Alana. Hello, Harlem Cat. Hey, Sheila K. Hello, hello, hello. I'm going to be brief because, folks, I've been told to limit the tarot reading thing. It's the sound healing is taking precedence, okay, and the writing. So that's where I'll be. But anyway, let's get on with this. I did want to pop in and say something to you. Stay grounded. This is your little grounding exercise. We're only going to do the breathing on 3 counts, okay? Through the nose, inhale to the count of 3, hold it to the count of 3, exhale through the mouth through the count of 3. And we're going to do that 3 times. And then, hello, Carmen, I'm going to get into Minneapolis. Let's begin. Breathe in, 2, 3, hold, 2, 3, exhale, 2, 3. Breathe in, hold, exhale, 2, 3. Breathe in, hold, exhale. Okay, breathe normally. Felt like a waltz to me that time. How about you? How about you? Let me put this over here. I'm going to use what lies beneath, and I'm going to use true crime. And to wrap it all up, after we've done that bit of business, then I'm going to bring it back to our soul contracts card deck, okay? Because we need to know. Now, I've been to Minneapolis many, many years ago. And let's just say it apparently it looks like it's had some type of demographic change because as Minneapolis it's got great transportation, but it's up there in the cold. And I was up there in the cold, but lucky for me, it was 60 degrees in that cold. I had a fur coat. I was ready, you know. Well, one thing I will never forget about Minneapolis, I was standing on the platform waiting for the light rail across the street, directly across the street from a bank. And I turned around and I could see from where I was sitting this humongous old-timey bronze plaque on the steel, you know, the stone and the steel ornate bank architecture. And it said to its patrons, it was a message to the patrons, please leave your firearms outside the bank when you come in to do business. Yes, that is Minneapolis. Now, when I was there, when you walk through their civic center, for decoration, you had a whole wall that made me think I was in a taxidermy shop. You had the moose head. I never knew a moose was that big. You had the head of the bear. You had the heads of some other animals I don't even recognize. But that was their decoration. So what does that say about the people of Minnesota, Minneapolis? They are what? Hunters. And they what? They carry their stuff. Now, for these folks, I'm talking about the good case For them to be able to roll up on that neighborhood tells me there has been a demographic change like none other. Female dominated. I don't know where the men are, but this is a personal thing for me. This is a personal idea. And the first thing that came up to me was that's why they feminized the men so to the points where they just want to discuss. Because had they rolled up into a neighborhood that had men in there, those men would have shredded them. Shredded them. Okay. That's just how I feel about that. But because you have the women there and the feminized men, I'm sorry, guys. But yeah, when you want to talk things over and see what we can, how are you trying to do this and why you that is feminine. That is feminine. And basically, I'm looking at the feminine energy going up against masculine energy and losing and dying. And on that sour note, but did you hear also that who was it? Waltz has called up the state militia. State militia is not the National Guard, but the National Guard is a part of the state militia. The state militia of Minnesota calls for every able-bodied person, male and female, to strap up and come on to town. So, I wasn't wrong about Minneapolis, Minnesota. I've got the window door open again. It's nice out here. It's like 40 something degrees out here. I hope they get certain people out of their positions before anything like that goes down, because it could possibly be a bath of running red over there. They thought Chicago was tough. Minnesota's quiet. It's quiet. And very, very cold and icy. Beautiful in the spring. Land of 1,000 lakes. Troublesome, yes. That can be troublesome. Because if those things flow over, which they do, mud. But anyway, I digress. I just want to let you know the conditions and the search situations over there. Yeah. Oh yeah, Sheila. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, now they have to. Now they have to be protected. Um, but that's why, because we noticed a change in men back in the 70s. The men started changing. By the 80s and the 90s, they were gone. And some people it was at that time in the 70s, they were theorizing there was so much estrogen in the pee that would be flushed through the plumbing system. It would still get in the water, even though they recycled it and tried to reconstitute the water. The estrogen was still there. So they feminized the men so they could come back in and walk all over the women. That's what that was. This shit has been in planning for a long, long time. Yes, the Third Reich. However, because if you see it, it's the women on the front line now. The men are backing them up, the young ones and some older ones with their wives from back in the day when we were out there marching. Don't think they will knock you on your ass because you're in your 70s. I'm proof to tell you, oh yeah, you will, and you're going to have to get back up and fight. You don't have time to be old and frail. Not anymore. None anymore. You better be old and strong and smart with it. And your eyes better be good, okay? Like I said there, Trump has said he's going to send 3,000 more troops in there, and they're going to have somebody waiting for them at the gate. I want to see, let's look behind. What is this whole thing? What are these? Oh, and they were stuck in the ice. They weren't doing any operation. They weren't doing any type of operation. They just got mad with this woman and gunned her down because she was a female who was managing and negotiating the ice. She was driving circles around them. She came right on down her street, and I'm talking about patchy ice spots the whole damn street. You had snow-packed ice where the car is parked. She pulled in there, let her friend out, and came back, was trying to get around them because she had somewhere else to go. She had just dropped her kid off at the school, dropped her friend off or her partner off, And then she's on her way to work. But no, before she gets there, she gets shot 3 times in the face. And they're talking about she interfered with this and she did that. Not on all that goddamn ice, she didn't. I mean, ice. And it's black ice, which means if you're on a concrete surface, you won't see it. You're going down. You won't see it on asphalt. But that's what was out there. And she was doing all this with all these machinations with her blocking them. And that's bullshit. And Kristie Noem was like a damn fool talking that mess. And that's another concern. Well, she's hanging herself. That's not what I'm concerned about. But they pulling that stunt in the right place if they want to get right on out of existence. And the militia has been called. So, and if he wants, let me tell you something about, if Trump wants to call martial law, first of all, he doesn't have the personnel because it's going to be coast to coast. Number two, I've lived throughout martial law. Let me tell you what they do. They march down the street with their tanks and their guns. You march down some of these main streets in these urban centers with your tanks and your guns, and I guarantee you won't have them by the time you get to your base. Because what you don't understand is there are others who do the same thing you do, and they're waiting for you. Oh, she's just a liar. Somebody said, Sheila, what's wrong with her? She lies. That's all she is. She's a liar. She has no soul. She's one of these people. And see, that's another thing. I'm sorry. No, I'm not even going there. I'm not even going there. But there are people walking around who have no damn soul. What the hell is that? Oh, Lauren's here. Lauren, I'm live. Somewhere around here, I got earbuds. And yeah, we interact with them every day. For now. It won't be forever. Some of us married to people will have no souls. Why did we do that dumb shit? Because we didn't know any difference. Now you do. But Spirit is telling me this is the separation from the root, from the shaft, from the fact, from the fiction. And we're going to see it now. Okay. Yeah, you have women who, Camellia, or some of them who didn't drink the Kool-Aid or the estrogen water. Yeah, they protect their families, their women, their children, if the girl dads. Ooh. I thought of my dad again. Oh my God, somebody rolled up on me like that and tried to pull me out of my car. I don't even have to worry about my dad. Like, hear me hollering and going back and forth with somebody. Here they coming out those doors. In one instance, somebody attacked my daughter. She was 8 years old, this man, and I was going to attack him. I had him on the ground, y'all. I had him. And who's standing up behind me but the goddamn rental officer who told me had I hit him, they put me out for him molesting my daughter. That's the kind of shit they do. See? That's the mentality out there. But what they did, I heard somebody in the background, and I had him. He wasn't getting up. I had him. And he was on the ground. And I just cocked my head to see who was behind me. And I saw him. I saw the rental person. And she says, if you hit him, I'm going to have to put you out. So I drew him up to me. And I said, I will kill you if I see you again. Guess who moved? I looked around. I'm like, I was surrounded by men. I guess they wanted seconds. But I was surrounded. They were all behind me. I was all damn near whole tribe because I never saw that many men in that apartment complex in my life. I'm like, who are these guys? And they were like, in that man mode, you see it? Oh. So saying that to say, people have their limits. People have their limits. Even quiet people have their limits. We don't know what their limits are, but yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Hey, Allison knows. Yeah. 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 I'm telling you, this organized crime. Yeah, we got the scum of the earth in the administration now. But we still stay grounded. I'm struggling with my anger right about now, but like and I know what it is. I need to turn the channel. I start watching my murder mysteries and my cartoons again to keep me grounded. And yeah, because I can't allow myself to get into that. That's what my friends that were going up steps, they were telling me about. I was going in too deep. I'm still up here. I've still been cursing out my laptop for a while, to the point where Lauren says, "Ma, who are you talking to?" So I got to calm it back down. I know this kind of shit happens. I can see what's getting ready to go down. You know why I haven't made a purchase of a brand? Anyway, um, because I have a feeling I won't need it. Because there are other ways of dealing with undesirables who come to attack your home, and I'm going to use it. Stick pin, please. But anyway, um, but I know how to rise my shit up. So what? Why am I? I'm dropping back down. You see how easy it is to drop back down in the lower frequencies of once you done gone up. Um, because I know this is a point where all of this must unfold. Hola, Mario. It must unfold before our very eyes, which is another reason I'm kind of backing down off the tarot and getting into my sound to keep me sane and grounded. Um, because I don't want to grab the amount. You know, the planet is separating. It's not the planet's not separating. Well, the planet is separating. Yeah, we can ready to have new oceans and all kinds of stuff getting ready to come down. It's coming down now, but the people are separated, and this is going to be interesting because I just heard loud and clear. ICE is going out of existence, along with the fear mongers. Ride it through. Ride it through. Yes. I gotta ride it. We gotta ride it through. We're gonna be fine. But in the meantime, let me do this real quick. Get this out of my hair and yours. And I hope everyone's had a wonderful weekend of peace and fun. Hello, who's this? Oh, hi, Connie. Is this? Yes. I got my other glasses on. Feels better with the hair. Okay. What is behind this assault on, excuse me, Minneapolis? What is behind that? You know, that's where Prince is from. What was this about? What is really about? They thought they had. I think they thought they had easier targets because of the new demographics. The Somalis and immigrants don't want any trouble out of the government. They just want to live their lives. Mm-hmm. And see, when they challenged them on it, when that whole fraud mess was challenged, and they put a white woman up there who headed the fraud from the last year who was arrested, they got mad. They got mad, so they're going to go stomping all over Minneapolis. What is going on? I want to see what the cards have to say, though. What is this? Why does Kristie and Trump think they have their foot on Minneapolis? What's in Minneapolis that they won't be able to have? And it's also native country. But that's also where they put those German, Illinois, all up in there, that area. World War II, Nazis. They had them in concentration camps up there in the United States. You will not find that in history books. Oh, look at this. What is that all about? Once upon a time, a love story. That tells me it was in an agreement with fake friends. So, or I don't even have to look. It's about money. It's about money. Fighting for what you want, claiming what is yours. Battle. Control. Emotional intelligence. There is none, because even that former guy who was in charge of ICE, before all this BS hit the fan. He's so pissed with them. It's not funny. I've seen him on twice. I've forgotten his name, but I've seen him on YouTube on these interviewing shows twice. And he said this is time for ICE to de-escalate. And he said sending 3,000 more troops in is not going to de-escalate. Yeah, because he knows Minnesota. I mean, he said it never was supposed to be. When it's on his watch, he said you would never see anything like this on television. There was nothing like that. Situation's about to explode. Shit's about to hit the fan. It's about to pop off. I was afraid of this. So this is some putting on a show. It's all about theater, political theater. We are in holodeck 4, 5, or 6, and the safety protocols have been turned off, which means we can get ISIS killed out here, starring in someone's drama. Someone's trying to prove they're in control. Oh, but look at here. They knowing they bleeped up. Yeah, and Kristie looks like a damn fool. Yeah, now it's for time. Oh, check yourself because you've already wrecked yourself. ICE is being told to check. So now they're going into, somebody's going after ICE. Fulfilling a fantasy. Yeah, somebody's playing King of the Hill. He's not by himself. Ooh, money assets have been frozen or are about to be frozen. ICE's money is about to mill. Mm-hmm. And it's coming soon. It says expecting a new beginning. Oh yeah, there's something out of this. Bad choices. Is it going to be disbanded? Yes. Okay. Yep, they're going to take that money. Insecurity, financial insecurity. Their money, they may not get paid. I wonder if it's already. That's how they're going to set the record straight. They're going to take their funding. So what is behind all this? And then we're going to get a fake apology that we don't care about. All right, this is protecting. Oh, we didn't mean to kill that lady. Yeah, right. So this is also, this is important though, because basically the bottom line for them to kill that woman the way they did, that was misogyny. Never once did he say, that crazy bitch tried to kill me. Never once. He said, that fucking bitch. I got her ass. That's misogyny. See, it had been a whole different attitude had he thought his life was threatened. He'd be cussing and damning. I've heard cops cussing damn. But he's not even a cop. They don't have any authority over U.S. citizens, period. Their authority is limited to apprehending, and I'm not even sure they're supposed to be doing it that, apprehending illegal immigrants. Because just be, or, you know, and you got to watch that word illegal because they may not be illegal at all. Because if they came here, waiting on that damn green card is like waiting on Section 8. It can take 10, 12 years. Your family done had a family by the time, oh, here's your green card in the mail. They don't have any right to go after those people like that. Mm-hmm. Ah. Destroyed, shattered, messed up. It says game over. Okay. Oh yeah, we heard about them trying to bottom of the deck. Get in the room, they got put out. Mm-hmm. Keeping the promise, caution, it ain't nothing but shit. Okay. So this is all as angry and as much as it hurts, folks, as angry as it makes you, this too was all by design. They say God is good all the time, but sometimes God can be very, very mean. Very, very mean. But there's his meanness, or its meanness is to an end. There's something that had to be shown. There's something that had to be done. It was time for the people to wake up. Yes, infuriating. It's time for the folks. Folks had to wake up to see that they had taken so much of their lifestyle for granted, that it would always be there and it would never be challenged. And here comes the wrecking crew. Here comes the creep squad. Moves right on in and takes right on over. And nobody was prepared. So whose fault was that? Ours. Ours. Okay, now I'm gonna toss a couple. These daggone nets is from the bees to the nets for me in this part of this house. Um, Out of curiosity, I'm gonna just take a quick look at the true crime. I'll put this over here. Cards to see what they have to say. What crimes have been committed by ICE? Will they be charged? Oh yeah, they're gonna get charged. Yeah, I do believe Jonathan Ross is going down. And now they're also looking at other the local officials are looking at other instances in other states. So what is ICE done to go to jail, that they're going to go to jail for? Give me the crimes that they are going to jail for, because you know you're going to jail. Or they're not just going to be disbanded, they're going to be captured themselves. Oh, I want to see that on TV. You will. Okay, that's cool. Um, mhm. Mm. And now they're going door to door, kicking doors in. They're going to kick in the wrong door. Okay. This is on ice. Ice, ice, baby. This ice is about to melt. And if they try to send somebody else in there once ICE has been disbanded, they won't. They'll be in jail themselves. Oh shit! I said, show me the crimes committed. Look at that. Do you see that? They dismembered somebody. Oh, they're going to jail for that. Oh, this fell down. What was this? Oh, look, y'all. Look, 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 look. Oh, I didn't have to go through a whole lot. They are going to be okay. They're going to be broken down. That's what that means. I don't think they went out there and cut anybody's head off. No, they. Okay, look. These three cards just fell. The dismemberment, the meeting, and the justice. So these are the officials. They're getting ready for them. They're gearing them up. Oh, good. And you know what's over the female? Do you see what it's called? Do you see what it's called? So the assassination of that female. I told y'all that was no. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. That's it. Some of them are going to take themselves out. Well, oh, that's the. Or they'll be found that way in the neighborhood. I'm telling you, they're gonna kick in the wrong door. They're gonna kick in the wrong door. Debt to be paid. Mm. Look at this. This might be political too. I don't think that's a dance party. I think that's a political party. And send them on the road. Okay. Okay. Okay, folks. Yep. We saw it here. Okay. Let's clear our heads. Let's take a deep breath. Get that shit off of you. Shake your hands. Get it off of you. Get it off. Excuse me, cat. Good shit. Now let's look at us. Let's see what the message is for us. Yeah. How it's going to affect them. He loses. That's how it's going to affect it. He's going to be, I'm hearing the word retired. I don't want to stay too long on the negative, folks. I told you what my issue is. That's probably how I succumbed to that, whatever the hell it was. I was angry. Mm-hmm. For us, what is the message for us? Give us 3 messages and then I'm out. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Girl, that's, oh my God. Yes. What is the messages for us? But I know I've said some things. Okay. Okay. And I was not deliberately trying to step on any male toes when I said they feminized the men, but we noticed a change back in the 70s. Nobody was psychic. We just noticed that their thinking was different. And estrogen manipulates your hormones. Your hormones manipulate your thoughts and your behaviors. Oh, this popped up. Aw. Okay, folks. Well, give me one more. Give me one more. Give me one more. From the heavens. This one then? Okay. And that's it? That's it. Okay. I'm going to put them. Okay. So which do I? The last one should. The way they fell. Trust the timing. Time is the universal. Trust the timing. Time is the universe's ally. Trust its flow, and everything will fall into place. We talked about that. It was the unfolding. That's one. Okay. Uh-huh. Balance and discipline. That's my struggle, Allison. Balance and discipline. Now look at this. Embrace the change. Because like I said before, things have been changed. Mindsets have been changed. We have been changed. And our systems have been changed too. Change is a sign of growth. Embrace it and let it guide you to higher dimensions. So we're talking about flexibility, renewal, inner transformations. Yes, we are no longer allowed to be asleep. And finally, the spirit circle. Oh man, this is something else. Your soul is connected to a circle of spirits. Together, we share a mission that unites our hearts across time and space. Look at that. We're in the spirit circle, y'all. We're in the spirit circle. Oh man, doesn't that? I don't know about you, but it's bringing me to tears almost. Trust the timing. Let this stuff unfold. Keep our protections up by being in a higher vibrational frequency and stay. What is that? I started taking some drinking hydrogenated water. That's got me up and awake. That's got me up and awake. To get out of that brain fog and to get out of that, oh, what have they done now? To get out of that fear. One thing I know about us as Americans, even the marginalized societies that we are part of, the subculture, one thing about Americans, we don't get scared. We get angry. We get angry. And anger is a great aggressive force when you need it. But it also has to be that's very masculine. But it has to be tempered with the feminine aspect of it when it is to be called upon under certain conditions. It's not for every day all the time. It's not no, that is not your go-to thing, not aggression. But when faced with aggression, Sometimes it's best to switch out of that physical, that feminine. Let's talk it over into this masculine. Mama said, knock you out just for our safety. Make sure there's no other guns or you're going to, yeah, around or anything like that. But you have to watch you and yours. And I know we got family members who are not on our level. They may or may not catch hell. We don't know. Yeah. But right about now, I don't even think the sleeping giant is. And I know they heard uh, Walsh. It was in the paper. It was on the news that Tim Walsh was showing a pair. The coach was saying he called up the state militia. See, this is what I know about them folk. If you don't know anything else about Minnesota, just go up there and sit on a damn light rail. That tells you right there. That bank plaque had, please leave your weapons outside. That's all I needed to see. Walking to their civic center. Oh, these people are hunters. Come on, don't tread on me. Tread if you want to. You won't have a foot. Okay, on that note, I'm going to do a quick run over. I want to see what you had to say today. And then I'm off. I feel better. I sound better. And I am going to put this over here too. Resist the strain here. Now, what are we talking about? Let me go up to my top chat and change it into my full chat, my live chat. I didn't tell them to do all that. Mm-hmm. Where am I going? Okay, I'm going to take it to the top and bring it on down. Okay. Okay, yes, I said hello to Sheila, Harlem Cat, Camillo. Oh, thank you. Ilana. Okay, Carmen. Allison knows. Hi, Judy DePaula. What the heck just happened here? Stop. Blessings to everyone. That was sweet. Now, Allison. Uh-huh. Oh, they got that, huh? Uh-huh. You got it, Kimo. We on the same page, bruh. They got the hell out of New Orleans and they keep them on my house too. Yeah. Yeah, well, they didn't try. They did. The Sheila case said there used to be a time when men tried to protect women and the children, and the children. Now that family values has taken on some a whole different definition. Like, yeah, beat shit out your wife and diddle the kids. Like, what? Where did that come from? Mm-hmm. But it's out there now. Yeah, and they still do. They still do. My brother wouldn't protect me, but my cousins did. So it's different folks, different strokes for different folks. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, I was looking at Tim Wall's new energy. Well, he's been, refocused and picked up his mantle. Oh, good. I hope he gets back in it because he had to do something. I know because mm-hmm. He had to come out of coach mode. You don't coach. You can't coach this country. You got to run it, and you have to protect it. And people can't sleep on their democracy. Democracy has always been something of a fight because with democracy there is also uh, capitalism form of it, but you can mix it with some social stuff. But with what these people, I did not realize Antifa meant anti-fascist. So these folks are coming in here talking about, yeah, I'm fascist and I like it. We Nazis, so what? Fuck you. That's why you can't find Antifa because they made that shit up. Anti-fascist. Okay, I don't know from what country that came from, but all of this is foreign stuff. All of it is foreign. Yeah. Camellia says, some men protect. You got a lot of men to protect women, even women trying to get in the way of the separate. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Because she's used to being on point. And see, this is something else that women are used to being on point. Not the men, the women. Women are used to being on point when it comes to some shit going down in the community. No, you're not bringing it at our schools. No, you're not bringing it at our neighborhoods. Blah, 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 blah. This is their realm. This is our realm. Home, community, schools, that's our realm. And that's how we get in the way sometimes. Oh, she ain't shit. That's all. She'll say, Kate said, what's wrong with her? She ain't shit. That was so unprofessional. I don't know. She's being her true self. She's being who she is. We don't worry about what's wrong with him. We have to address it or correct it. Compton. Oh, I was waiting for them to go up in that little town in Ohio. They ready. You know they haven't run into the Panthers or the Panther militias group, the black militia yet. You know they're watching and waiting. And they're down south. Deep south. Mm. And see, a lot of that was never on the news. If I had known they gonna win into Compton, oh, I've been front and center. My nose would have plugged to the screen. Uh-huh. Sheila K says, I remember when ICE had the nerve to try and go into Compton and got their asses beat and run out. Yeah. Let me go into somebody's house. This knocking and they think they're gonna kick in the wrong door. Ooh. Allison Knows says 45 is bad, but the people surrounding him are worse, and they will like computer pixels, scales. Yeah, they're gonna fall away. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Kamoya said, my wife had to tell a manager where she works at Home Depot if he kept trying to bully her. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Bully, harass, molest. And some of these places were law firms. Yeah, because they were entitled. Women's body was public property. And that was white women. So if you have a black woman and, your mama, your sisters, your wives, oh yeah. But see, they didn't want to deal with the husbands. They didn't expect her to have a husband or a boyfriend. Boy, they didn't want the werewolf up there, did they? Come on, yo. Shit. Oh, Lord have mercy. Oh. Woo. Mm-hmm. BritBox lady, nothing like a good Miss. Hello. Yes, indeed. I love my BritBox. I've seen everything on there. But, yes, I'm watching the Hallmark channel because I'm the Hallmark channels and Lifetime channels on the weekend, girl, is all black movies, all black murder mysteries in these Canadian towns. It cracks me up. I said, see, I'm from the era where you only saw black people on certain times of the month on television when they were down to the days of the three channels, ABC, NBC, and CBS, or sometimes the days of the one channel, CBS, depending on your television set. Everything in black and white. I remember that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's also how I remember martial law. Martial law. Don't be afraid of that. Mm-mm. They don't come out to you like that. No. If they want to declare martial law, let martial law be declared. Problem with that is in these day and ages, like I said, don't bring them damn tanks down your main road. You might not get them. Might not get to keep them. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Mario says, hola, Grand Madam and Amigos. Hello, hello, hello. Connie McDaniel says, oh, she said, they're my hellos, my hellos. Okay. Good afternoon. Hey, Barbara, how are you? How are you? Yes, I feel refreshed too, due to the fact that, yeah, but he rescinded that, but he might have to put that back in there. Mm-hmm. It could be going after. Oh yeah, Jeff. Hi, how are you? Yeah, they're trying to punk him out. Hmm. Yes. Oh, really? I didn't know anything about his son. Um, and that whole fraud thing with the government fraud. Let me tell you, it's always government fraud, but it's not any particular race of people. Because I used to, like I said, I worked for the government for a bit, and I'm like, it's government, it's Medicare, it's medical insurance, it's anything where you get funding for. There's always this group of people because it's never just one person. That's why when they start talking about the mortgage fraud and the two primary addresses, y'all, the banks did that. Let's leave that shit alone. Leave them people alone. They're trying to throw people in jail over mortgage fraud. You don't fill out a debt. You tell them what is what. Yeah, this is gonna be my summer home. I'm going down there. I'll be down there 6 months out of the year. I'll be this with six. That's two primaries. That's two primaries. And then they're gonna try to throw somebody. And they got rid of one of our state's attorneys doing that shit. And that was dirty because I don't think she had anything to do with it. I think that matter. Like I said, the banks do that. The loan officers, the closers, they know how to fix those, fill out those forms. But anyway, moving right along. Um, yeah, yes, Jeff. It's definitely about going after Tim Walls. Hmm. Yeah, well, let him. Let him. There's nothing to it but to do it. All you're gonna do is stay in your damn apartment and stay on your porch. When they give you the go to come outside, then you come outside. But all this hanging on the street, no, I wouldn't go to work either, just in case. But let me tell you something, people will do it. People know how to move them out the way too. I gotta go. And that's it. But there's nothing like these barbarians at the gate they have now. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. And they really didn't come to start any. They came to, for the calm, which also means you worried about them coming at you. They're going after ICE. They're gonna tell them stop one time. Everybody stops. No more protests. Take your ass back home. You leave them alone. You're not kicking through anybody's doors. When we see your warrant, that's not the right warrant. And they're going into these people's homes with fake warrants. Their administrative warrant is for that's for ICE. It's not a state warrant. It's not signed by a judge. It's signed by one of their principals. So it's a fake warrant. They don't have any right coming in your house. Period. And nobody has defined illegal alien yet. You're non-registered. That's, well, like I said, waiting 12 years for a green card. That's not illegal. That's the system. They have messed up. Like the card said, it's food bar time for them. And thank God that it's all been seen on the streaming services. Hi, Joan Ware. How are you? Good afternoon. Oh yeah, that's what it has to be. And this is our fault too. Well, it's not about a fault. It's you have to be awakened. You have to be struck. You have to have your nerves, taunt. You have to have your heart broken to see what the hell is really going on. Now that you know, what are you going to do about it? How are you going to carry yourself? How are you going to speak on these things? Hmm? It has to be exposed. Connect the distraction. Yes, to the answers. They project the plans. Yes, they do. Let me read that again. I'm so busy just I'm distracted myself with my response, Allison. Allison Knows says, connect the distractions to see the answers. They project their plans and state of mind. They're always, always, always. Mhm. Jeff says they got him in hiding and emptied his house and found. Hey, he gonna be found. Let me tell you something. They're gonna be. Yeah, he's going to jail. He can run all he wants. Yeah. He's gonna be caught. That was murder. And you can tell the way he did it. I mean, everybody's stuck on the ice. She's running around, she's driving around, and she's letting everybody go so she can pull on out off the ice. She had tires for that. She was ready. That's her home. She knew how to manipulate the ice, drive along the ice. They didn't. Ice didn't. And that man, when he shot her and said, fucking bitch, she was not any, he couldn't stand the fact that she was not aggravated with him, irritated by him, or afraid of him. That's what that was. Misogyny. That's called misogyny. And a lot of those sons of bitches are going to be dropping dead of cancer too. Keep on, well, just watch the news. It is infuriating, Sheila K. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes. Oh, yeah, because her name's gone down in history, and so is theirs. Theirs are going down in infamy. And he has a Filipino wife. Can you get any more submissive than that? Oh, I'm not taking a swat at Filipino women. But you have the, come on, girls, you know damn well you throw that out as your trump card. Oh, I admit, I need. We women do that. Yeah, what's your big secret to holding a man? Oh, I'm so submissive. I have a friend. Shut up. Shut up. Every woman has her charm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And for all we know, she may have put her foot in his ass that day. So he came home and shot up another woman. That happens too. Mm-hmm. They did. They did. They did tell him because now they're kicking doors in. Like I said, you're going to kick in the wrong door. I want to know where they're getting the addresses from. Mm. Oh, they're getting reactions from the public. Well, here's Teresa. Hey, good afternoon, dear. Mm-hmm. Mario, why you want me to spray my brain on some orange dildo? I told you what's going to happen. He's going to fuss and cuss. He's going to get nervous. They're going to impeach me for this. Mm-hmm. You know he's going to throw Nome under the bus. Keep your eye. There you go. MLK just said, keep your eye on the prize. Yes. Yes. Don't get distracted. Get ready. Words for 2026. Balance and discipline. Yes. Yes. Tears of relief, but we're going to have to balance and discipline first. There's Charlotte. Hello. Hello. You didn't miss too much. I'm just getting ready to sign off because I've been on a bit. You play me back. That's cool. How are you? Mm-hmm. And Mario, Madam America sleeping. Yes. And look at all the stuff we have to deal with. We have to deal with this asshole, with the creep squad. And then we have to convince these other countries to put their missiles down, the ones they have aimed at us. And you know there's not going to be a second attack on Venezuela. Oh, I did some personal readings on this for myself. Yes, and I do also feel that Maduro is going back to Venezuela. Mm-hmm. And they're going to leave Greenland the fuck alone too. Like I said, get that asshole out of here before we get. I live too close to DC. If they hit it with the right shit, it might hit me up here. I doubt it, but you just don't know. It's in the air. All we need is a good win, and I'm like, there I go again. Oh, yeah. I'm glad you said Stevie Wonder. I have been listening to music for the last few days. I rarely listen to music because I was in the news, but I have been listening to the music, and I'm determined I'm going to learn how to do that. Wipe me down. I'm determined to learn that. Yes, that will also keep me, because it's draining. Yeah, that mucus is down there trying to drain. Thank you so very much, Allison. And what's going on? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, T Standing Eagle is here. Positive. Where's? Yes. Yes, I have been chanting for Theo. He don't know that yet. He don't know nothing about that. But I heard him, and I have been chanting, and some things should be noticeable by now. My finger slipped, y'all. I gotta go back up here a ways. Okay, we stopped at Stevie Wonder. Make it on my playlist. As long you have done, you haven't done nothing. Oh yeah, do the what? Yes. Make it your playlist. Thank you. You too, Mario. They haven't seen. They haven't seen a thing. They haven't seen a thing. They have shit. These people are marching, and they're protesting, and they're doing it so creatively, and they're doing it so damn hilariously. Mm-mm. Compared to what we did back in the 60s. And to shut us up, you know what they did? Yeah, they brought in martial law. Did that stop anything? No. Because we were literally in self destruction mode. And that self destruction extended into the cities and was moving out into the suburbs. And that's when we thought, oh, we better integrate these people quickly. Because it was the mission was just destroy, destroy, destroy. It was a rage that they could not contain. When I'm saying they, I'm talking about the police. The rage hits the fire. They set things, the city was burning. Let me tell you something. And that's not, and you have no idea unless you see this on TV. The only thing I've seen that's even come near right is the Rodney King thing. That was just, please. These major cities were burning coast to fucking coast. The firemen were being gunned down where they tried to put the fires out. The police were being held down by bullets, hails of bullets. National Guard, they called in. They had to call martial law. By the time martial law showed up, things had died down. The rage was out. And then it was basically rebuild time. Well, don't send them home now because we need somebody to pick this shit up. I mean, total destruction. They would tear up a TV camera. If you were there, you were torn to shreds. Your building was exploded. Your building was shot up. Your building was burned down. Not a damn thing they could do about it. Not one damn thing. We don't want to go that far. We do not want this to go that far. We really don't. The United States saving grace was because it hit at different times instead of at the same time. That could have been one hell of a goddamn way. The United States could have been turned to ashes. I'm not exaggerating. And more people would have been deleted. Oh yeah, people die. Oh yeah. Families died. First responders died. Okay, now where was I? And somehow it made it on the 6 o'clock news. I feel better, KK. How are you? And T Standing Eagle. Hey, greetings, greetings. How about 90%? Because I'm drying up now. Much love and respect. Thank you to you also. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sheila over here laughing. Allison Knows says, what we are seeing is the wake up and realizing that is the breaking of a deconditioning of 400 years of old America and old world. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Kamoya, what you saying about these Panthers? No, Kamoya's a stand-up guy, and probably Jeff, too, or you wouldn't be here on my channel. Panthers out there everywhere. Hey, from the south to the... Yeah. And there are other militia groups that are not affiliated with the Panthers at all. I didn't know anything about them. Yeah, they're gonna go in the wrong. They're in the wrong neighborhood now. They're going to follow that energy. It's all about energy. And also, I do believe that this, I don't want to, I'm not saying this to offend you or to step on your toes. Might sound controversial, but let me tell you something. The energy of someone who feels that they are victimized, I'm a victim all the time, somebody's doing shit to me, is going to attract that type of a barbarian. And who's got that energy other than the immigrants and the feminine? You got to come off that shit. You are not a victim. Never were. Somebody put that in your head. That's nothing but a program and a system. Shake it off. Yes. Allison says, watch the streams of the news as it begins to show how traditional is now the new changes. Phrases like, oh my God, that never happened before. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that Camellia, I figured that one out. They claim fraud so they can take that money away from the poor, away from the social programs and put it on whatever new shit they got going on. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Kamala, yeah, you have to know your history. If you don't know your history, you're going to fail to repeat it. You don't want to repeat that shit. I don't want to see that shit on the 6 o'clock news like I saw as a child. I don't want to see that shit. They killed Kennedy. Then they killed Dr. King. Then they had the nerve to kill Robert. And in the meantime, a whole bunch of shit was going on, which is why they did it. No, that's in house. No foreign entity had anything. That was in house. Okay. Which is probably why you won't see it on history books. Oh, um, you have to know your history. You have to know your history where you're living right now, and then you'll understand why things are the way they are right now. My daughter was, come on, Mom, we got to get out of this neighborhood. I said, look, I'm staying where the love is. She wants to go out and get the, out into the better, the neighborhood is stable. She don't understand it. I have a degree in planning and urban. What the hell do I have that degree in? It's city and regional planning. I know stability when I see it. I'm staying right here. Yes, the neighborhood is old and still stable. But what are we? Because all these people are coming in here. You see, they're rejuvenating, they're rehabbing everything. I said, we have to, this is our 7th year here. We might have 3 years left here before we have to move. A neighborhood changes every 7 to 10 years. It is a cycle. Okay. And I've always wanted one where I could live in the family home for 30 some years. That didn't work out that way. Um, Hell, I'm sitting right here where I'm taken care of. I told her she can go where the hell she wants to go. No, I'm not leaving until I have to. When Spirit says time to go, girl, then it's time to go. And basically, that's going to be if my triangle here has moved away or passed away. When they're gone, then I know it's my turn. Oh, you're talking about Kamala. Oh, the rewrite of Monkoff. Okay. Hey, thank you, Allison. I'm trying to write my little mantra book. It's giving me a headache. But okay. Yeah, he can stay in power. Oh my God, they're going to jail, Sheila. Yes, yes, yes. Yes. And ran and left the scene. That's the killer right there. He killed that woman and left the scene. Which word? Hi, Katie. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Love him the way his mama can't. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Yes. Yeah, we're sending more positive energy. Folks, for one of our let's just send some love and peace. Love, peace, and balance to one of our friends here. Theo, just let's do that for a minute. Let me grab the singing bowl. We're gonna breathe and think. His name is Theo. Theo. All we need is the name. And we're going to sit here for a few seconds and surround Theo with a whole big light of love. Okay, let's do this for about 5. Begin. And so it is. Sometimes it's just best to send strength and love and not try to resolve the issues ourselves because we don't know the dynamics and it's none of our business. But we can send love. Okay. T Standing Eagle says, what information do you get about the protection of the young woman who was unalived? What do you mean? She was unalived. She is, see, when you have spirits like that, when you have people, things like that happen to spirits, I keep saying spirit. Yeah, that was her contract. Not with it. Well, that was her contract. Mm. Is Miss Good's family going to be okay? And what does that mean, spirit? Rightly so. We got to break it down. And we on this tip over here. Pull out the pendulum. Okay. Will her wife, her partner, be able to keep the children and take care of them? Will Miss Good's wife and partner? This is a yes. This is a big yes. Will the family continue? Will the family continue? Will the family stay together? Yes. Will the grandmother, Miss Good's mother, become closer to Miss Good's partner? Will she help with the family? No. So they're going to create a family. Will the children's fathers help with the family? Will the children's fathers help with the family? No. So the partner, it's all on the partner. She's going to do whatever it takes to keep those kids together. And they will do fine. I mean, under the circumstances, to have your mother taken away from you like that. You know, this trauma. They've been traumatized. That trauma is going to stay with them until they literally get a psychic or somebody to pull it off of them. Therapy goes only so far. Hey, Nellie Rivers, what's going on? Okay, did I hit too much of a button? Oh, Theo, hey, 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 hey. We just sent you some love. I had a feeling you were going to pop on. Yeah, we sent you some love. Okay. Uh, oh, yeah. That's some scary shit. I'll get back up to you. Wait a minute. Okay. There. Okay. Hello. Theo, checking in. We summoned him, y'all. We called you in, Theo. We were sending you some love. Hi, Shirley. How are you? Hello, Queen Grandma. What's happening from the throne today? SSDD. I'm trying to get people to ground themselves and stay centered so we can, which will help us watch what is unfolding before it comes to an end. And then we have work to do to get in there and try to fix what we know is broken, which is usually going to be people and the system. Theo says, this is why I didn't want my daughters in the military because I was concerned about the lunacy of one person. Spoken like a true dad. Mm-hmm. They have to learn to protect themselves and go on out in the world, even though they're female, Theo. And Barbara Bass, you remembered when you lived in Los Angeles, probably talking about the idiots in Compton. Hello, Donna Walters. How are you? Amen. Uh-oh. Okay. Facts. Uh-oh. The dads are getting together here. Caballo and Theo say facts. Yeah. Oh, you can tell that, Mario. The corporate media, we call them now. They're corporate legacy media, corporate media. Mm-hmm. I was in radio back in the 1980s. My last radio job was 1980, and I realized then that I was a truth seeker, and I was in the news. But I wasn't getting the news. I wasn't getting the damn truth. I was getting the official story, which sometimes can be absolute bullshit. And I'm like, mm. Then I got into it with my program director because he didn't like the commentary I made. No, he didn't like the way I presented a news article. I rushed through it because I knew it was bullshit. And he had the nerve to come in and to jump on me about it. I'm not the person for anybody to jump on. I never have been. And I was half my size then. I snatched my radio license off the wall and aimed for his head. Boom! Fuck, you earned this job. If you didn't know that blah, 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 what kind of program, I don't give a damn what that person called and said about my news report. I know for a fact, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Oh, the general manager, they called me in the office. I got for you, we're not going to renew your contract. I guess not. But you won't get your hands on me either. That's another thing. Can't give any names because they're prominent people, and I don't want to have to come out my bag for some bullshit from like what, 40 years ago. Oh, okay, okay. Donna says she about 5 miles away from Watts. Yeah, me. Yeah, thank you. You gonna age in place, Mario? Mm-hmm. She'll been kicked out of dads. Yes, yes, yes. You heard it. I can barely get it out. I can't get it. Yeah, I'm a daddy's girl too. Oh yeah. Okay. And I will never forget my father. And I know you tired of hearing me say it, coming around that corner with his men, ex-military, pews drawn to get me out of some shit. 22-year-old man after what? 13-year-old girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Theo, I know I'm teaching, but I don't want them fighting on behalf of a man. Man, they can just chill out for a while. Let them just sit down, but they want to go in right now, don't they? Look, I know what it looks like, but they're not going in anybody's Greenland, and no, they're not going to be. All missiles are being aimed at us right about now. They don't have to go anywhere. Not yet. Let them ride that through. They can get take some. Tell them take a couple more courses somewhere, and just wait. You know I'm famous about saying wait on it. I say wait for a reason because this shit's gonna clear up in the next few months. Man, I heard 7. I don't know if that means the 7th month or in 7 months. I don't know, but it. Allison knows says Theo. I say with a smile. Yoda says there's only do and do not. There is no try. Mm-hmm. God has you. He promises and protects and provides. And as a footnote, oh yeah, she's a veteran. Yeah, Allison knows is a vet. She's Army. He's a Marine. I'm putting his business out there. Former Marine. Hell, once a Marine, always a Marine. Once an Army grunt, always a grunt. What else? What else? What else? What else was I gonna say? I don't know what I was gonna say. Well, moving right along. Let me keep on with the messages. Loud and proud, madam. I wish I could say it loud and proud. And Charlotte asks, will they rewrite the Constitution? Hell no. Oh, excuse me. They amend. The Constitution is never to be rewritten. It can be amended. It's built for modifications, but you do not rewrite the Constitution. You do not challenge the Constitution. You don't do anything with the Constitution. They better not put no coffee stains on the Constitution. Am I clear about that? You pray for the protection. Yeah, protection. Say it like it is. Ex-military. LOL. Harlem Cat. Once more. Yeah. Oh. His military. I'm so sorry about your uncle. Yeah, yeah. My mom and daddy are buried in Arlington. That's how I feel about this country. No, it's not perfect, but my home is here. My family's here, and I always knew there would be work to do. But damn, I mean, like this. Well, that's what we get for sleeping and just so busy distractions and about bullshit. Basically, we were distracted by the bullshit. Otherwise, we would have saw this coming. But see, I saw this coming when David Duke put on his first damn blue suit. I knew that Klansman was coming in, but I never expected the citizens of the United States to be so fucking dumb and greedy. And on that note, folks, I said I was going to be here long. What is it? The voices is kind of failing. And I smell food. Little mama's come home and come cooking. On that note, oh, here she comes. Say hi. Hey, say hi if they can see you coming down. They can come see. They can see. Watch, here comes the hand, y'all. Oh, you gonna give him a look? That's my pretty girl. That's my pretty girl. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Might be on a husband hunt. She just realized she's middle aged. Okay. You a ghetto vet? Me too. Iberville. You spoiled them. Okay. Pop projects. My upbringing was surviving. Life is better now. We good. There you go. How about that? How about that? You think you can still run up on somebody and snatch their tank out from underneath them? Come on, yo. I'll be well and dance. Yes, Allison. Oh, I'm gonna get that. Wipe me down. Yeah, I'm like, oh, almost, almost. Yeah, almost. Kamayo says, "Hey, Lauren." Kamayo says, "Hey, Lauren, pretty as her mama." Thank you, thank you. She said, "Thank you," and hey, yeah, she's in the kitchen now. Charlotte says, "Hi, Lauren." They're coming in now. Yeah, she getting the pots and pans out here scraping up. What you scraping up? Oh, she's scraping up something. I think it has butter in it. She has learned to love green beans and she's whipping them up. On that note, folks, it's a pleasure to see you again. We'll talk soon. Okay? Much love. Much love.